Oop. Hi there. Let me see if I can tell some people. Hello. Oop. Not zoomed in enough. That's better. Hi there. Let me see here. I've got to do my thing to get some people over here. See if Facebook. You know what? If they're there, they're there. Hello, welcome in. If you're here and you're thinking you're seeing deja vu because this is what I was working on the other day, you're right. You aren't seeing deja vu though. This is actually, I wasn't happy with that project. So I'm actually gonna make that video, I'm gonna put it to sleep. I'm not deleting it. I'm just gonna make it private and replace it with this one because some things happened and it's huge. And also I have a package that I thought I would share. It's my first take from the Greetery. So I'm very excited about that. So let me think here. Let me do this real quick. Bear with me just a second here. I'm going to say private. Okay, save. Just so people don't think it's too redundant. Okay, so let me know if you were here the other day. And if you were, I will, let's see here. Let me see. Sorry, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. I gotta go back to YouTube. Sorry. Oh, you know how it goes. Nothing's ever best laid plans, right? Here we go. Okay. I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Hi there. If you could, oh, hi Kathy. So the other day I was making this card. Oh, where's the card I was? Oh, the card I made, I actually ended up throwing away because I just put too many things on it. You know how it goes. And I ended up, these are 3 of the cards I've made. And I'm going to show you how I made them because they're a little bit different than what I did. You'll notice that the flowers are shiny. So I heat embossed just the flowers and it just turned out so pretty. And so what happened is when I was heat embossing the pink one, I burnt it. And so I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go back online and I'll do the pink one again. And then I'll show you how I made them. So, because there's some tips and tricks in here that you can use with all of your layering stamps. And I don't know about you, but I come up with a card design with a layering stamp. And to repeat it can be difficult sometimes when you're layering up. And especially in this instance, because there are quite a few stamps. I mean, each, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 stamps for one image, and the other one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's a lot of stamping going on here. And so when you know, if I wanted to make this card again, I have to go and line everything up again. But I came up with a plan. Now I didn't do, I kept my dies in here, but I'll show you what I did first. So I have my dies in here and I was creating my cards. And then what I also did is I created a template. And so this is my template here. And so now every time I want to make this card, it tells me where to line up the paper. So, you know, so basically you line up the stamp on here, and then if you, and then this card, it says it needs to be in the left corner, and then I know that the paper needs to be at the 6-inch mark right here. Okay, so then if I've got the set taken apart and these are in there in the packaging, but okay, so let's just stop for a second. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I love the screen. It's so pretty. Anyway, so so I'm gonna do that with all of the different stamps. I'll show you how I did that, and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to start off first with my, and I've got to use these pink colors that I was using. Let me get my, okay. So I'm going to line this up with the 6. And the other thing that's nice is, so because the stamps are in this MISTI, I have 2 MISTIs. And so because I have them in this MISTI, then they're in the same place for when I'm done with all of the other stamping, and then I can heat emboss it with the clear inks. So anyway, so I'm going to turn it this way because it's easier to, I have more space. And I will, let's see here. Let's just line them up like that on my other MISTI. Now I know not everybody's going to be able to have another MISTI, but still this helps because you can just have that layout there to be able to set it up. I'll show you here. We'll just put our first color, which is Pink Diamond. We're doing the pinks again, but as you saw, I'll show you the whole set once all the different colors I did. Once, oh, it's the wrong MISTI. That was funny. Okay. Oh, there's my other magnet. This is just not working out. This is the problem with live. It just lets everybody see how messed up you can be. Okay. But you know what? I was just sitting here and my spouse isn't coming home for dinner. And so I was like, okay, well, I can go live. I've got time. Okay, so I'm going to put that in one more. I think I moved over a little bit. Let me double check. You can always check your alignment. Okay, we're good. It's always good to double check if you feel not very confident about your alignment. I'm going to do 2 layers just to make sure it's nice and thick, nice and bold, or nice and covered. I guess that's the word, right? Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to leave this, put this one aside. Where'd that other magnet go? I don't know. The magnets. I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to get my other thing out. So I placed it like this because I wanted to be able to go from this side to this side. I think that's what I did. Maybe I didn't. So now I have this other, and I'll just put these in. I'll put these templates in with the stamp set, and we can use them over and over again. And then here I have all of the other stamps laid out for us. So what I can do now is I can go in here and I can line that up, and now I'm going to get A1. So then I wrote the number A1 on the stamp, so I know for sure which one it is. I don't have to think about it too much. And I just lined the stamp up with the inking. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I do that, and I'll show you how this works. Watch it not work. Wouldn't that be funny? Typical. You know how it goes. Best laid plans, right? And you could even do it where you really don't need to, but you could put laminate on it so it doesn't, it isn't a problem. So then, well, there we go. Oh, of course, then it didn't work. That's fun. Well, that's funny. This is off a little bit. I don't know why that would be, because I did a whole bunch. I did all of them using that. Um, oh, you know what? I think it got pushed. Yeah, it should have been there. I think it got pushed over. Let me do this again. Because it's lined up. It was lined up, I swear. Okay, let's see then. Okay. There we go. Now it's lined up perfectly. But we have to start over again because you know how it goes. I want it to be lined up perfectly. Okay. But this will show you. This will. I don't know why it did it, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do it again. That's the beauty of paper, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, I'm telling you what, I'm going to do this now every time I get one. I think I'm going to design at least one card with it, because really what would be cool is if I don't have any of the transparency paper, but I think what I would do is I would get the transparency maker, the paper that can be put through a photocopier, and photocopy this. And then you could cut all of these up and then use these as the layering guides. But I don't really want to cut up my actual piece. You know what I mean? Oh, it's raining. I love that. Raining, that makes me feel like, oh, yay. I'm inside. I'm inside, but it's okay that I'm inside. I don't have to feel guilty. Okay, let me just do this once more. Gotta start over. What did I say before? Best laid plans. That was just a fluke because I made all those other cards using the template. So, okay. Oh, let's see. So I'm gonna put this sucker in here. Gotta love a strong magnet, right? Okay. Should be fine. Oh, I swear it worked the other day. Well, we're just gonna go. Okay, well maybe my idea isn't so great after all. I swear it worked the other day. I made these cards. Look, they're beautiful. I did them and they're all lined up and they were using the same template. I don't know what's going wrong today. Oh man. So anyway, well let's do this again. Let me try it again. Maybe I did something wrong here. So you put this here. Oh. See, you can see when you line it up with the stamps, they all go in and lock into place almost, is the best way to describe it, you know? Now see, so let's see if that works. I'm going to do the top only because that was the one that was off. Yeah, of course, the second time it works. I don't know why. Okay, so let me just do this real quick. How many of us are watching? Oh, 5 people are making me mess up. Or watching me mess. Not making. No, you're not making me mess up. I swear. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it once more because be careful this time, I swear. Okay. What I could do, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but you can actually, like, you don't have to stamp in order. I mean, you do have to stamp the certain stamps either dark or light, but I could have just actually kept going, and I could just do the inside layers and then do the outside layer. I'm just going to do one. That'll fill in. Okay. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make sure it's all lined up. Okay. Excuse my head. Okay. So now, just in case, I'm going to take this piece of acetate just to double check this time because we want to make sure it works. Okay, who else is watching? Feel free to introduce yourselves. Or not. It's up to you, really. Okay. Perfect. Okay. This should work. Where's my magnet, though? Now, after all that, I lost the magnet. Let's use this one. I have two of them. I don't know where it went. Oops. One of my little things came out. Oh. Okay. Now we have to do misty surgery. But that's okay. There we go. All fixed. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So then we go to number 2, and A2 is over on this side so that it doesn't overlap with it, so it's separate. Let me just find it here. I have to find, oh, there it is. I found it. I didn't know how big it was, how small it was. It's actually really small. Okay, so then do this. Okay. Yay, the second one worked. Okay. And then, okay, so then we have, our next one is the bees. So we're going to do B1 and B2, which is the flowers. Or flower, I guess. Okay. This one's actually a pretty big, bold stamp. Oh, and you got to be sure to layer them upside down when you're doing this, clearly. Okay. Oh, I did that last time, didn't I? Okay. Now, what I did with the flowers, I don't know if you noticed, but the flower's a little bit darker. So what I did is I started with there's 4 colors total. So I started, oh yeah, exactly. Woohoo! Okay, so there's 4 colors. So what I did is with the flower itself, I started with the lightest and then I used the 2 medium tones. So with the flower, I'm gonna do the 2 darker tones. So the darker of the medium tones, which is rubelite, and then the razzleberry, which is the darkest tone for the flower. So I'm gonna start off with the darker medium tone. Ta-da! And it does work, yay! And then we're gonna take that off and we're gonna find B2. This is B2, yeah, B2. And you see where this kind of helps you get everything lined up. Where's the thing? You know, if you you know what happened before, you're right. I was probably paying too much attention to the computer and everybody else than my job. Anyway, so, okay, so we've got that. And now we're going to do the darkest color for this part. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So then, let's see here. There's one more flower. There's one more piece. Oh, you know what? I didn't do this on the other ones. That's funny. Oh well. There's one more piece which I'm going to do with the darkest. And that's up here. And I think it's like there, like that. Just gives a little something. Okay, but that's okay. Then the next thing we want to do is we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the same thing but the opposite with the opposite side. So we've got D1. And I know it's hard to tell because of my mistakes at the beginning, but it is actually quite quick. And what I did actually is I lined it up the first time and then you line them up and you do all of the different colors. And then you line it up again and you do all the different colors. But you have this guide that just helps, it makes it quicker to line it up for this specific layout, clearly. Oh, I did it again. I'm trying to start a new trend. Double stamping. Let's see here. So I'm going to line this up. And what's nice about this is I'm not lining it up with the stamp before it. I'm lining it up with the actual stamp. And so it's easier to line up. Okay. Let's see. So we need, this is oh, that's raspberry. So we need, oh, that's right. That's rubelite. So this is Pinkalicious, that's what I need. I love that the stamp names, I've had some stamp sets that are ink pads that I've gotten where it doesn't say the name on the bottom. Actually, the little ones are like that. And I understand it's hard, but oh, I'm really bad. I lose you can see how I work. And so then I don't know which direction I'm going. Okay, so that's Pinkalicious. Then the next one is D2. This is D2, and we'll turn it over, and we've got our little template again. So we'll line that up. And these are things like, I mean, as I said, you can use this over and over again. You're not stamping on it, nothing, you know. So anyway, and it is working like a charm now. So I think you'll agree. Okay. So then we've got Pinkalicious. Oh, there. Oh, that's right. I was going to do. Oh, you know what? I forgot about doing the different. I've got to do that. So here's something interesting. I didn't do the right color combination, but it's okay. I'm just going to do this on the outside, and then I could go back if I wanted to and do the other color, but I think I'll just leave it. I think it's fine. It's close enough, you know. So anyway, then we'll go back and we're going to do E1. I don't know if I believe I didn't necessarily do this in a dark enough color, but we'll see how it works. It's funny because you think when you're placing this, you think, oh, I got it all right because one piece is right. Well, not really. You got to kind of look all the way across the image. Okay. There, I did it again. Hi, Tanisha. How you doing? So, I don't know if you know, okay, I'm going to explain this to you. You can watch it on the repeat too. But what I'm doing is I've made this little template with where the stamps go for this stamp design, so that when I want to go back and make more cards, I can just use this little template to line up the cards, because I can line up the actual stamp with the actual stamp stamped image. Oh, I'm doing all right. It's raining outside here in Texas, which is good. Oh, we got Pinkalicious. That's what we're going to do. What the heck is that? Oh, I was like, what's that? It is not a bug crawling on my leg. It was just a dog. Okay. So, it's kind of funny. I was like sitting here going, what could I do? Where are you, Tanisha? I know Kathy's in California. What part of California are you in, Kathy? Work like a charm. Yay. Okay, so then we have let's see here. We have E2. Let's find E2. No, that's for the other one. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking for E2 here. Oh, there it is. There it is. So now I'm going to put it here. Put this down. This is my template. Okay, cool. I've been to both of those places. I actually homeschooled my kids. This is why I'm sitting here right now, is I'm about to be an empty nester. My children are 22, almost 23. I say just one age because they're twins. And when they were kids, up until like from 3rd to 8th grade, I homeschooled them. And I drove them all over the country. So they've been to 48 states, which means I've been to 48 states. But I'm from Australia, so I've always had the travel bug. Okay. So see, now it took me a little bit to set it up. But it's set up, and I can just stamp over and over again different, different cards in different colors. And that's what I did the other day when I was first creating these after I made the templates. I made the templates as I went, is what I did. Okay. So that's the last stamp. So then, there you go. Isn't that pretty? I think it turned out beautiful. I'm calling it the toile card. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Oh. So anyway, anybody else ever get at a loss for words, like on a regular basis, or is it just me? And what am I doing this for if I'm always losing my words? Because I have fun doing it. I like sharing a lot. I think it's the best way to learn is by sharing. Otherwise, nobody would ever learn anything if we didn't share. And I know that there was a time I didn't have anything to do. I was busy raising the kids, and oh, I wish somebody would have told me about this. Now everything's already in the right place because I'm stamping with the first stamp. So now I just put the ink on, or yeah, I did. I put the ink on. Yeah, I love California. It's beautiful. Just too expensive. Can't live there. Although property taxes here are pretty crazy, so. Okay. And because I'm going to be using clear embossing powder, I don't have to worry about the what's it called? I don't have to worry about the embossing buddy necessarily. Although I would have done it, but I just forgot. So now I'm just going to pour that over the whole thing. I was like, how can I make it shiny? Remember the other day when I was trying to make it shiny, Kathy? I was trying to add shine. And I just wasn't happy with the different Nuvo drops and everything that I used. I thought it was too much. So anyway, sorry about the noise, but I'm about to heat emboss. So you know how it goes. Let's hope I don't burn this one. Okay, so the best part is the leaves. They turn out so pretty. Those little dainty leaves. I will say it's a lot of heat embossing. And then, okay, so now it's done. And the other thing you can do is you could do another layer over it if you want it to be more smooth. This is pretty smooth as it is. But there's the end result. So pretty and so shiny. So then, to finish the card, because these are the ones I made. I made one in the blue, or blue. It's actually green. I can't remember. I'll be doing a blog post about this, and so that will have the colors on it. It'll probably be out, I would say, in the next week or less, probably. Yeah, it should be. So I did this green combination. I did the warm grays is what this is. And it is pretty to look at. And then I did one other one besides the pink. And I did this combination of yellows, and it's yellow to brown. It's a real light yellow to brown. And that was the other thing I noticed is when you heat emboss it, it really brings the color up. So then to finish this up, all I did was cut it about 1/8 of an inch off around each of the sides, like so. And because I didn't want to cut too much of the flowers because they're so pretty. So let's see here. So that's that. And then I'm going to cut. Okay, so I cut that off. And then I got a card base, which is, where's a card base? Let me find a card base real quick. I must have one here somewhere. It's getting time to have to make card bases. Let me make sure I cut it right. So then I cut it so there's a little bit of a border around. And then, because I just wanted that little tiny border, the other thing I did to differentiate the front of the card from the card base is I'm just taking one of the darker ink colors, doesn't matter which one really, just one of them, and I'm going around all of the edges, and you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, let's see if it shows up. But it just colored, you know when it'll show up was when I put the card together, you'll see. All you need to do is that little bit, and that can create a border. See, so now you put it like that, and it creates a little border for you. So I'll put some tape on. And I'll stamp this with the hello later. And there you go. There's the card. And this I'll use for something later. Okay, so then I have 4 cards. Kind of monochromatic and pretty. I'm pretty happy with them. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, I would love to. One day I'll have grandkids, I hope. Knock on wood. Sometimes I wonder though, like, I mean, it's hard for kids nowadays starting up, you know. So then I can just take these templates and I can put them in the packaging, and then whenever I want to make this card, I already have the setup for where to line everything up. And it works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Except for those few little boo-boos I made in the beginning. I don't know what happened there. I just don't. But yeah, it's super pretty. And I really think that the thing is this is all you need. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be a big, you know, fancy to-do. Sometimes it's fun. I mean, I like fancy to-dos, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just want to keep it simple. And I think that's really what this class was about. It's as I said, it was about color. And this was about the fact you can use all, you know, different shades of the same color to add interest to a card. And I think that they did turn out pretty interesting. Anyway, so that's that. Now, should we open up this, maybe I'll keep these inks out because I think I've got some flowers in here. I just got this from the Greetery. I ordered it the first day. I didn't get everything I wanted. I also wanted the, what's it called? There was a tree stamp and die set, like layering trees, but this is really bad. I was shopping at the stoplights. So I was going out to lunch and I was shopping at the stoplights, and I put it in my cart at one stoplight, and by the next stoplight, it wasn't in the car anymore. So I didn't get it. It wasn't in the cart anymore. So, but I swear I wasn't doing it while I was driving. I was stopped at stoplights. So actually, I was stopped at the stoplight when I put it in the cart. That's right. And I was at Pier 1. I arrived at Pier 1 because I was getting a gift for a friend. Anyway, let's see. Oh, and the drum roll, please. I wish I had like sound effects. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Ka-ching. Like on a game show or something. So apparently her husband said something about you really can put a little love in every package. So we'll see. It had this nice sign on it. I do love the logo. It's cute. Oh, what is that? Wilhelmina peppermints. I've never had a Wilhelmina peppermint, have you? That's cute. A little heart. So I'm a big fan of this lady, Betsy Belvin. I don't know how to say the name right. I think it's Betsy Belvin. She used to be a designer for another stamp company. And I always loved her kits, but they were never in stock when I went to go see if I could buy one. And they were very expensive, I have to say that. Aw. It's all nicely wrapped. That's pretty. We can use this on a card. Ask me how one day. I have a whole stack of actually tissue paper cards I put together to make cards later on. I did a whole video on it actually. Oh, okay, so I got the flowers because flowers are my thing. Those are pretty. And then I got, oh, and this, this is beautiful. I saw something where she created a dimensional terrarium out of this. And I'm all about dimension, I'm just saying. And so, yeah, I'm going to be making a card out of that. Maybe I should play with this next time we play. Or wait a minute, what time is it? 3:41. How long have we been on? Do we know? Started at 41 minutes. Oh, maybe we should go. And then the other thing I got was these stencils that are the tree. This is a larger version of the stamps and dies that I missed out on, the trees. But there's three dies, and you can create a tree out of it. So this is just the stems and the trunk. And then this is all over, and then this is just part of it. So, I don't know. Do you want it? Should I do it? Let me know. I guess I could play with it, couldn't I? Look, it's the, oh, this is like an A2 card size too. Here's a piece of scratch paper. We could do it on here. Okay. Oh, I happen to have everything handy. Why not? Let's see here. I like that it's the same size as an A2 card. That's cool. So, there we have the thingy, because that's the best word to use, right? I have to say, I'm sorry, but I really want to make a pink tree, because I love pink and brown together. So, which brown should we use? I think we should use almond butter. That's what we should use. Almond butter. Let's try that. Okay. Oh, look, I could even just, the fact that it's, what's it called? The fact that it's the same size as a card front, I could just tape it down. Okay. And then let's get a brush. We'll use this one because they're just little bit. Oh, I saw this. I was watching a video on these brushes the other day, and then I was playing with my brushes, and I came up with this, and I don't know if it'll work, but let's try it again. I found when I used a wipe, I use a wipe to wash them off like this. Then when you wash it off, it gets a little bit moist, and the ink comes off of it just so much easier, you know. It's like more of a smooth run. Oh, that's pretty. It's a very delicate little stencil, it is. This is kind of fun. You can just stencil with wild abandon. Okay. Now I will say as a disclaimer that unfortunately, yeah, I know, almond butter, yummy. It does sound delicious. And I'm on Weight Watchers. Not fair. So anyway. That looks pretty good. A little bit more over here. Okay. Now I'm going to wipe it off real quick. It's a very delicate dye, or delicate stencil. Okay. Let's see how we did. We'll use these again for the other panels. I think the pink one would look like a, what's it called? A cherry blossom tree. That's why I want to do a pink one. Well, that's pretty. Woot woot. That's really pretty. Just like that. So then, let's put this one away. Okay, and then we'll just wash up this brush. We can use the same brush. Okay, and there. Okay, and then I think what I'll do is I'm going to do, this is a darker color, and I guess I just line it up the same because it's the same piece, it's the same size. So you probably just lay them up. Now see, what was cool about this is the larger one, and then the other dies and stamps were smaller but similar trees. So you can make a little forest, and this would be your largest tree. Okay, so I'm gonna do, let's see, this is gonna be the darker color. I'm gonna do the raspberry. Where's my, I love playing with these things. Stencils are fun. If it's a good stencil. It's got to be a good stencil. I think you'd agree. Okay. I'm always looking for a decent tree. I don't know about you guys, but I've never had one. I've got the Stampin' Up! Ones. Ooh, that's pretty. That's just cool like that. You know what I mean? Beautiful. Okay. And then we've got our next one. Oh, that was the other thing. You got to be careful that you do it the right way. Oh, that's right. I remember. So she put, it says the name of the company, and it says the stamp or the stencil down here. And so that you know that you're doing them the right way. I know I'm doing them the right way anyway, but yeah, so you do them the right way, which I didn't do them. Actually, I did them the opposite way, which is not the wrong way, but you want to do them all the same way. But that means that you can do two different kinds of trees, really. You can do one going one direction and one going the other direction if you wanted to add interest to a piece, you know, with the same stencil. So that's kind of cool. I think from now on I'm just going to stencil the same size piece of paper as that. So now I'm going to go with a lighter pink. half of it off so it's lighter. Yeah, that's fine. Now this one, I am gonna make sure to pull in from the outside, simply because there's some real delicate ends and they will flip up if I push them the wrong direction. And I don't want them to do that. So I'm being careful. I'm looking which way I'm going and I'm pulling it in, see? And that way none of them are catching. And there we go. Okay. Well, that didn't take very long to make a tree, did it? Oh no, I'm not going to reach my goal for 6 months maybe. I have to lose 50 pounds in order to get my, my knee replacement. So yeah, wow. Okay, that was the easiest tree I've ever made. How about that? Isn't that cute? Really cute. Now I want to I could just sit here and make trees all the afternoon. How about that? That is beautiful. It's so pretty. That's a card right there, huh? Oh, that is beautiful. Now who wants to see a green one? I kind of want to make a green one now. Oh, 10 pounds. Yeah, I think I was, both my friend Maria and I, we were both under 10 pounds, but we should get it by next week. There shouldn't be any reason to not get it. Now, if Betsy Velman hears about this, what she needs is a die to cut this tree off, because that would be super cool. Isn't it pretty? I love it. It's so pretty. I could just look at it all day. Okay, so now we're going to clean up the stencils and let's make a green one. Let's see here. I guess we'll use this. See the delicate parts? You just got to be careful of those. I could see that being a problem long term, so you do need to treat this this stencil gingerly, very carefully. So did I ask you guys, did you watch Game of Thrones? Has anybody watched Game of Thrones? I hate to admit it, but I'm a fan. Wow. Ooh, you know what? You got to be careful to not get pieces of this caught in it too. Maybe I'll use the microfiber cloth. Nope, that sticks to it too. See here. Definitely got to clean it off if I'm going to do green, right? Has sharp little edges. The stuff's catching on it. Let me see here. Oh, it's really good. I mean, the thing is, I will tell you this. There are things in it you won't ever see on anything else. I mean, I feel like I've actually watched the battle scene that they just had. I've watched it twice. Because the first time, it was just very stressful. And the second time, I was really able to enjoy the cinematic masterpiece that it was. It was really like nothing I've ever seen on television. And I just can't even tell you. It was beautiful the way they did it. But beautiful, but it was a battle between, you know, basically the living and the dead. Let me just say that. But it does, I like character development a lot. I'm very into that. I don't like gore particularly, but in its place, like you can't really do medieval-y kind of fairy tale without there being some violence. And I mean, what did I heard the people who play the characters on the show, and they made a really, really good point. And that was that there's violence in the world, can't get rid of it, and really should we sugarcoat it, you know? Like it recommended daily allowance of crafting. That's awesome. I know, isn't it cute? So you saw this? Did you see this? So pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna do a green one. I'm just cleaning the stencils first because I didn't want to have whatever green and, oh, brown. If I mix green and pink, it's brown pretty much. Okay, so I think I'm pretty clean at this point. They're pretty good. I think that these might be better stencils to clean in, what's it called? In water than with a wipe, because they have little bits that were getting stuck. Okay. So green. I'm going to get my favorite greens from Altenew, because these are the inks that I had. And I'm going to use that same brown. And then, oh, you know what? It'd be cool to do like a combination of orange and red and yellow too, like a tree from fall. Gosh, you would think I can't talk. Okay, so this time I'm going to do it the way that she recommended. Well, the opposite way. And that's, she put the, it says 2019 the Greetery and Fur and Foliage number 1. So she put the words on this side. So now I'm going to be able to look and see and do the words on the same side all the time. And that way I will always have it in the right place. And I'm going to line the tree up with the left corner here as well, so it's always in the same place. I could see doing this like it's half on the card and half off the card too, you know. Oh, I'm going to line it up at the bottom as well. Wait a minute. So, it's funny, I was sitting here and I was like, I do spend a lot of time sitting here by myself, and I was like, I'm just going to go online because then I won't be by myself. Is it only $9? I can't. That's really embarrassing that I can't remember how much I paid for something. Is it only $9? Oh, it doesn't say here. Is it only? I believe you. Hi, Gail. Thanks for coming and joining us today. It's okay if you're late because, you know, the beauty of YouTube, you can watch it later. I am right now. Oh, let me show you what I did before. Where is it? Oh, I was finishing up those cards from the other day and I made a mistake. So then I came online today and I redid it to show a way to stamp this and to memorize, or I don't know, not memorize, to mark out how templates to be able to make it in the future. So I have these templates that I can now put in my MISTI, and it'll help me line these up, line up the stamps to create this specific card faster, you know, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go back with the almond butter. Yummy. I could get vanilla cream. No. Actually, I could get milk chocolate. The darker color is milk chocolate, which sounds yummy too, doesn't it? I really appreciate you guys watching. Um, as I said, I sit here by myself, and I just thought, I don't have to sit here by myself. I could talk to you guys. I just wish we could do something where you guys could talk back. Yeah, it is. Everything that she ordered is out of stock, but she said that Monday morning, this past Monday, she reordered everything. So hopefully it won't be out for too long. What I think is super sad, and I'm a culprit myself, is that the little panda didn't sell out. But I just don't need another panda bear. But it's so adorable, and the bamboo stalks were really pretty too. And as I said, I'm a wheel person. I'm a flower person. I don't even know where wheel came from. Okay, there's the first layer. I do have a thyroid issue. Now that I think about it, I haven't been taking my thyroid medicine lately. And apparently, this, like, not knowing what to say, that could be part of it. So you'll have to excuse me. I just hope I'm not... my goal is to enjoy myself, and hopefully you guys learn something, or see something you like, or see something you don't like, etc. Where's that other little piece of paper? I wonder what this mint tastes like. Look at this. It's a big, huge mint. Look at a coin. Oh, it's like a lifesaver. I have to find out how many points that is now. Excuse my crunch. Okay. I'm going to do the dark green first. Should I do the olive green or the moss? Okay, somebody pick. Oh, the stencils from this new company called the Greetery. And they just had their first, they just opened last Friday. So they just had their first release. And it's by, the name of the designer is Betsy Beldman, I believe it's the way you say it. And she is just extremely talented. Olive. Okay. Olive is the way we're going. Ink it up. Couldn't you see making like a rainbow of these trees? And like on a panel, I could see like a color blocked tree study for like on a what's it, how big are these? So like on maybe a 18 by 24 frame. And I could definitely see doing that. These are beautiful. Okay. So we did that. And I have to say, $9 is a fantastic value. I think you'll all agree. Oh, there's the other piece of stuff I found. Okay, I gotta make sure my stingies are on the front. Line it up with the bottom and the left. She's done some beautiful things that I've seen in the past with the other company, which I won't name. It's better not to ruffle any feathers. But I'm really happy that I was able to participate in her debut on her own. Because you know what? She's that good. She should be on her own. Okay, this is the one we have to be careful with, and remember, so we're going in We're going in. We're going in. Right. Yeah, let's keep doing food, right? I agree. It just looks nice the way that even with that level, it was beautiful. And you could do the stems by themselves in different colors too. Just a naked tree. Let's see then. The reveal. What's everybody having for dinner? If we're talking about food, there we go. That's super pretty. I missed a spot. Did I miss a spot? No, I didn't. So these are opposite directions because, so that's kind of cool that you could do them in opposite directions. And you could also see, I could see doing as I said, just putting it on the side and then putting somebody sitting down by the tree and putting a sentiment or whatever. And I believe from doing the pink one that like you could do any color and it's going to look exquisite, you know, and that's super easy. Like it took me no time at all right out of the packaging. Really, I just purchased it, just opened it up, didn't take any thought whatsoever. I mean, even a novice could do this, which is awesome. Which is, you know, somebody who doesn't have a lot of time, really, it's fantastic for that. You could even just put a sentiment in the tree. That'd be pretty too. I think gorgeous. It's so pretty. So, and then, oh, look at this one. This is so pretty. This is like a little terrarium. Now, they also had a cactus set that was die cuts for succulent. They were like succulents, which I love succulents, don't get me wrong. But I just wasn't feeling it. So I got the flowers because I saw something where they created a card with the flowers in the terrarium. And I was like, yeah, that's better. That's more like what I want. So let me see here. No stamping guide on these ones. But it's a very, shall we say, loose design. So maybe we'll be able to do this. Should we try it? Oh, pizza, yummy. Chinese, not salmon. I had salmon once. It was funny. Somebody invited me for dinner and she had okra, salmon, and lychee nuts. All three things. I'm a very picky eater. So, oh, yummy. That sounds delicious. Yeah, they're pretty. I think, let's see if we can figure it out. No guide. I'm so spoiled now, right? Okay, so we'll just use the pink since it's sitting out here. And block. Let's see what damage I can do with a block, right? Season the stamp. We'll try the block once. And if it doesn't stamp, I'll just, if I'm not happy, then we'll go get the Misty. I've got a mini Misty I can get because I'm still not finished making those other cards. Okay, let that sit there for a second. Now, you know, if you don't have an ink block, you can always use something like this, and you can stamp with it. I've done that before. Whew. Let's see. And I'm going to guess this is the second one. Yeah, I think this is a very free-flowing, artistic look that you don't have to be exact on, which is nice. Sometimes it's nice to do that. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I can tell. Have you guys ever heard of something called yum cha? I just had it in Australia for the first time, and it was where you it's a Chinese. Okay, so there's a little line here and a little line there, so I'm going to line those up and hope that that works. Anyway, so what you do is you go into the restaurant and you sit down at the table, and then they bring carts around with different. I guess it's like dim sum kind of thing, except it's Japanese. Yeah, it's the Japanese, like dim sum is Chinese, and this would be like the Japanese version. Oh, I was a little off over there, but I don't think it matters. What do you guys think? Let's see. Try this one now. I saw one where they did it and it was like purples and pinks. I'll probably try that at some point. Let's see, I think. Let's see how would this go. I'm gonna guess it goes like this. There's no picture of what it's supposed to look like. Oh, I know. Oh, on my phone there is, but my phone's up on the stand. Videotaping this. Well, let's just go for it. I think we're going to do... No, maybe like that. Not sure if that's right. Let me try and let me stamp over it once. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, I'm gonna have to work with this one. Let's see. Let me get my mini Misty. And I'm gonna find a picture online so that I can know how it's supposed to look. Okay. Whew. It's getting hot in here. Okay, let's see. Where'd the stamp go? There. It's right there. Sometimes you just have to have a Misty, right? Who doesn't have a Misty? Or some kind of stamp positioner? Yes, I think it is going to be detailed and gorgeous when I get it done. Sorry. Although I have to say, this is kind of cool looking. It has a little bit of a paint splatter look to it. Oh, that's too dark. Okay, sorry. Okay, so there's that. Okay. That's this color. Okay. Then we've got the second one. Let me find it. so the second one. Oh, you know what? When you look at it like more, when you look at it with the Misty, you can see exactly where it all's supposed to go. It fits, you know. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, this is better. This is meant to have a stamp positioning tool. Just saying. But you know what? I think that would be the first time. I don't think you'd have to always use a stamp, but to learn how to best put it together, a stamp positioning tool will help. Can't tell you how much this changed my life. I've had people who, well, not my life, but other people's lives, who couldn't really stamp anything because they shake from different kinds of health issues. And this has made it so they can actually stamp, which is beautiful. Because they really wanted to, but they would end up die cutting it. They would just do whatever they could die cut instead. Okay, so let's see if this happens with the third stamp here, if the same thing happens as far as lining it up. Let's see here. Yep, it kind of does line up. It has a place. That's cool. And you know what? This is her first rodeo on her own, so there's got to be a lot different going on your own than, you know, you don't have all the different opinions and what have you. Sorry about going off the frame. Oh, I think I was a little bit off, but that's okay. Now, we've got a little bit of the center. Is the center? Yes. We'll get some yellow for the center. And then, what do you think? So far, so good? And then they got another flower that's a little tiny version of the same flower. And then, wow, there's this very intricate grouping of flowers. Let's try this one. Yeah, this one I just did a little off, but I think it looks okay. Better luck next time, right? That's part of the nature of the beast, is learning these things. Let's see what this does. This is like a tiny little spray of flowers. Hi there, welcome in everybody. I have that's a new record for me. Feel free to introduce yourself. We have Gail and Tanisha and Kathy here. I would say I could call them my regulars. And I'm just playing with the new Greetery stamps. It's first time out of the box. And so I'm just playing with them and seeing what they do, seeing what I can do with them, as it were. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's see what the, is this like a, okay, I need a new piece of paper. This is cool. I'm loving this. See, it's good to have all the scratch paper around. I'm actually gonna do this first. Watch this. I'm in love when things are fit together in different colors so that it makes it look like painted or what have you. Oh, I didn't. Oh, shoot. More extra paper. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm going to do green. Sorry. Okay. Now, this fits in here. Like, let's see, how does this fit? Give me a second here, I gotta figure it out. Can you see my head? Oh, you can't even see my head. That's funny. Here, I thought my head was poking out everywhere. Okay. Let's see how we do with this, because it's kind of intricate. I'm going to be in love with this one. I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. I moved over. Oh, that's right. I was like, wait, it moved over. But I had it on the opposite side. Oh well, my magnets are over there and I'm too lazy to get them. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I hope there's another layer for this. And look, they do this thing where there's like little white bits missing. And so it looks more painted. Or what did somebody say? I heard this word today, painterly. I don't know if that's a word that is appropriate, but let's see here now. So then this goes here. I wonder how they design these stamps. I designed a stamp set once last year. I designed a stamp set that a friend of mine's son took his life last June, and I was just kind of driven after that to try to help somehow. And I had a blog hop, and well, I developed the stamp set, and then I decided to do a blog hop about it to bring about awareness during National Suicide Prevention Month. And where's my stamp set? Here it is. This is my stamp set. I have some, and eventually one day I'll sell more of them so that I can get some more donations. But the way I developed it, the back is warning signs to do with suicide. You know, what are the warning signs of somebody who might attempt suicide? And then it has the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline phone number. And then on the front, it has as an actual stamp, it has National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. So somebody can actually make a card and put this on the front, on the back, in the middle. And it just has a few simple things to make very simple cards that are to uplift somebody. So there's 3 phrases: you make this world, be your own kind of, and you are, and then a bunch of different words. So, oh, my laugh. Oh, I don't know. My laugh is goofy. I feel like I can't even watch the playback because but thank you. I should just say thank The best way to receive a compliment is to say thank you. I know that. I should. Thank you very much. Anyway, so that's my stamp set. But having done this one, and this is such a simple set, it makes me wonder how hard these, the ones that line up must be to develop, you know? Look at me, I'm switching sides. That's going to make me confused. That's okay. Okay. Oh, you can't even see it. It's upsetting. Sorry. It's funny, sometimes I don't even know what I'm looking at when I look at the screen. I'm like, what am I? Oh yeah, that's me. When I was a little kid, I don't know if you guys had dreams like this, but I just had this, I was big into TV when I was a kid, and it's a little off, but that's okay. I meant to do that. Anyway, when I was a little kid, I was big into TV, and I was convinced that really all TV was us watching other people's lives. And this is like when I was a kid, so this was like, you know, it's early 70s, I guess, before I moved to America. And oh my word, they even have the little stamens. Let's see here. Look at that. They even have the little stamens. How cute. There, that goes there. That's pretty easy to line up. And then, of course, they came out with reality TV. Well, that's cute. I'm a little off, but, you know, it's the first time. But isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. That is beautiful. And then the other one is here. Oh, those are yummy. So then there's different leaves and things that you can stamp. And there's two other flower. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, there's one more very simple flower. And then it's just this. Let's do a pink and yellow flower. I like pink and yellow flowers. Okay. Let me see how this works. I don't know if that belongs to that flower. Actually, I don't think, well. Oh yeah, that's just one flower. That's funny. Well, I think that these would be really pretty. Let's do a pink stamen. Why not? I need to get time to get to know them. You know what I mean? Anyway. It went black. That's funny. Oh. Oh. That's funny. Is it still black? That's funny. It says it's still going. Huh. Well, that's strange. I don't know what to do about that. I'm actually watching the feed on my computer. Oh, now it went black. That's weird. Well, I guess I'm out of time. Oh, let me try. That is so strange because let me see here. That is the weirdest thing. Oops. Nothing, huh? Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I've got my phone and I can't see it. Ugh, what do I do? I guess I can go off and I can go back on.